Hello there, album enjoyers.
Dearest album enjoyers, we speak to you now very briefly to quickly plug the Enjoy an Album Patreon, aka Becoming an Ultra.
We are plugging Becoming an Ultra. Not the things that you get by being an Ultra, we are plugging the experience of becoming an Ultra.
If that's not the number one reason to become an Ultra, I don't know what is. No. It's just £5 per month. If you've ever listened to this podcast and thought, I like these fellas, I enjoy listening to their 4 free hours of content that they put out every month, I would like to purchase them a pint or a coffee one time. This is a way of doing that, but you get exclusive content in return.
You get exclusive content in return. You get full episodes on albums such as
recently we did Grimes
Visions, Ed Sheeran's Divide.
Yes, we did Anoni and the Johnsons. We did the Pogues.
And the Pogues.
We did
Rum Sodomy and the Lash by the Pogues.
The Foo Fighters.
Yeah, that was a sad one.
We did Idols. Black Country New Road.
Yeah.
Also,
Ants from Up Here.
You would have access to the Edinburgh Fringe Enjoy an Album live show.
We done a live show at Monkey Barrel Comedy Club. We fucking ripped it and shipped it. People were saying that's
people were saying it's one of the best things they've ever seen in their lives, including the Godfather. They said it was better than the Godfather.
People actually did say that it was the funniest thing they'd seen at the Fringe, and they weren't even fucking worms, never mind ultras. They were just like, that was really funny.
Yeah, like
they didn't even like us as people, and they went, that was funny.
Yeah,
which is mental.
Yeah, so get on that. You also get ad-free
Some
experience.
of my biggest enemies have said that that's the best thing I've ever seen.
Barack Obama himself was in the audience. Chris, that was. Let me be clear. That was a fantastic live show.
Let me be clear. I hate you. But that's funny.
Zane Lowe has watched it twice.
Zane Lowe, he played it on his. He played the whole live episode.
He dropped it twice in a row.
Just like Barack Obama dropped bombs on various countries.
That was a fantastic live show. So you also get episodes a day early, and you get exclusive access to tickets for live shows when they do go on sale.
Ad-free experience. You don't have to hear this shite.
This shite every goddamn week, and we forget to do a new one every month. So sometimes it's 3 months of the same advert.
Yep.
This has probably gone on long enough. You understand what I'm saying. Become an Ultra today. Patreon.com/enjoy an album. Link in bio.
Just be sound and do it.
Hello, dear listener. Welcome to the Enjoy an Album podcast live from London town.
We are in South London.
Vauxhall. We are in a crate on top of a crate next to a beer garden that's very busy. You may be able to hear some of them outside, but these are just some of the lengths we are willing to go to make sure you get your weekly episode. I've come all the way down to London to see Chris, who's currently opening for Frankie Dettori on tour.
Not opening for Frankie
Dettori.
Who know who that
Q&A about... You don't know who Frankie Dettori is?
Who's that?
The jockey. The most famous jockey ever. He's an Italian...
See, English people, man, they just like all these mad sports.
You don't think horse racing is big in places other than England?
No.
It's a big Irish thing.
Right, okay.
Thank you.
Terrible country, but...
What, Ireland?
No, okay, no, it's good.
Anyway, you should know this. You're opening for Frankie Dettori on tour. So I've come down to see Chris, and whilst we're here, we have managed to lasso Seann Walsh down to chat about Blink-182 pop punk pioneers.
Yes, that's right.
I don't know if I call them pioneers. We'll get into that.
Popularizer.
This is interesting, isn't it? Because normally we're in Scotland, which is your town.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm on the back foot here.
Now you're in my town.
Yeah.
And I get to go, come this way. Come to this spot.
Oh, why don't you come look at these turkeys? There's turkeys near the venue.
I did show Chris some turkeys, actually. We went to Vauxhall City Farm. We were quite cute, actually, the two of us, I think.
We're quite wholesome, I believe is what people say.
We went for a full English breakfast.
Fry up.
Shout out to Kennington Town Cafe.
One of the nicest greasy spoons I've ever been in.
Hell yes. This is what happens when you go on a date with Liam Withnow in London. He takes you to Greasy Spoon, he shows you a turkey, he then shoves you in a crate in the back of a beer garden. Speaking of beer garden...
Full disclosure.
When we turned up to the venue today, we saw that at the same time as our podcast recording, there is also a cricket match on the big screen.
Between Australia and India.
Australia and India are battling it out on the cricket field once again. When will they put their differences aside and stop playing cricket? I don't know. It's an ongoing thing. But the problem is that there's a large Indian crowd watching the cricket. That in itself not a problem. Good luck. Every time that India score points. I don't know if that's what you're saying, cricket.
Every time they bowl a turret.
Every time they bowl a turret, there is a DJ called DJ Desi Vibes who unleashes hell.
He is on a slightly raised platform. He's not playing the finger point.
And then everybody starts dancing, and then it stops, and then it goes back to just the solemn commentary of the cricket.
So over the course of the...
Why are we telling you this? Because occasionally, whilst me, Christian MacArthur-Boyd, and Seann Walsh are discussing the merits of pop-punk pioneers, Blink-182, you may hear the dulcet DJ tones of DJ Desi Vibes celebrating another Indian turret point.
Yeah.
So
DJ Desi Vibes is available for students' parties and birthdays.
we are going to be covering DJ Desi Vibes next week on the pod.
Enjoy a set. Oh, is that what they call it in cricket? Is it a set?
I don't know.
I think that was a good accidental part.
I remember when I first went to Australia to meet my wife's family.
My wife.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Thanks.
Her family, all these kind of old blokes, came up to me and, "Oh, hi there, mate. So you've married Lauren. Good luck to you. You like cricket?" And I went, "I'm not really." And they went, "Ah." And you could tell that was their whole plan of what to chat to me about. So then they just sort of waddled away.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and here we go. Perfect timing. Seann Walsh is here. So enjoy the episode. We'll chat to you next time. Love you. Bye.
Hey, are your pubes too hairy? Do you need help with that?
Your groin to hairlicious, hirsute.
Is there too much of a positive environment for crabs and lice?
Too much fuzz on your coos.
When you get undressed in front of someone you wish to have a sexual time with, are you embarrassed by the state of your nether regions?
Having an examination done by a doctor and you're self-conscious about how hairy your balls and bits are.
Us too. What a shame there's no solution for this kind of problem.
No, wait, there is.
What?
Manscaped.
Oh my God, what is that? Tell me more.
Not manscaping, not manscaper, manscaped.
Only a stupid person would have called it that by accident 10 times in a row.
Yes.
Only an idiot.
It's the below the belt grooming experience. It's not blade free, it's blade full.
It's bladeful.
It's cut free. You won't
It's
cut
cut free.
I'm literally closing my eyes in the shower in the fucking rain coming down. I shower in the rain and I'm just not even looking, just buzzing.
If you do look, there's a little handy torch which highlights where you're about to trim. Which, yes.
I've never used the torch. That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Attached to the lawnmower.
Yes, there's a light that comes on that shows you exactly where you're trimming.
You can do it in the dark with your eyes closed and you still hit the mark.
You can do it dark with your eyes closed in the shower. It's waterproof. You can charge it using USB-C. So you can unplug your phone if you've got a USB-C, plug it straight into your pube trimmer.
You're on a train.
You're ready to go. You're on a train. Please only use these
Your
plug
phone's up to
sockets
75%.
for phones, laptops, and pube trimmers.
That's why they have that sign. Don't do that. But what you should
Sometimes
do,
I go into a coffee shop and I sit near a plug socket and I plug my lawnmower in so that I could jump into the bathroom, keep it fresh all times. I never want to see a single hair on my balls, otherwise I cry.
Yeah, I've got a cock like a dolphin.
It's
Grey.
and endangered.
Just if you want a funny gift for someone or
It's not funny.
It's not funny. It's
It's
fucking
useful.
serious.
Enjoy an album. No, what's the code again? Manscaped
Album
album
20.
20. God almighty.
You get 20%
Can you
off.
believe we get paid for this? Album 20 for % off your first purchase and ongoing purchases, I
You
think.
can, if you don't have a cock and balls, you can do it on other stuff, but it's mainly made for the cock and balls.
It's got the word man in the title, let's be honest.
Let's not get into that topic, man, but hey, it's good.
It's good stuff.
The pants are good.
And the underwear, the anti-chafing material is to die for. That's album 20.
die for it,
Don't die for it.
please.
Enjoy. Thank you. Bye.
You're listening to Enjoy an Album, the podcast where two comedians listen to some of the greatest albums of all time. On Enema of the States, Blink-182 preserve their goofball pop punk cred, but acknowledge there's more to life than juvenile behaviour. Sure, the lurching What's My Age Again cheers on immaturity, and new drummer Travis Barker adds breakneck aggression to the band's chugging riffs. But Blink's scepticism towards adulthood is more sophisticated, and their anxiety about romantic relationships, both real and imagined, is palpable. The somber Adam's song, written from a suicidal person's perspective, is wrenching. I did so well there, and then I
So good.
perspective. Sean, I saw you giggling during the blurb reading. What the fuck was all that?
Sorry, I thought.
Fuck.
I thought you had written that.
Oh no!
And now you're thinking I haven't?
Did you like that?
Maybe.
He didn't.
No, I didn't. No.
He didn't.
Oh,
No, no.
I copied and pasted it from Apple Music.
I see. Sorry, I thought you had written, and I thought they do homework for
Yeah.
their podcast. They completely misunderstood the point of podcasts.
Is that you shouldn't do loads of
Even
prep.
copy and pasting
Yeah.
a thing for me is too much work for a podcast. You've got
Over the course of
mad.
the hour, you are going to have your mind blown at some of the things that we copy and paste.
you really put work into
We are
it.
copying and pasting
Well,
a
no,
lot of
good,
stuff.
no, guys, good for you. Well done.
Control paste.
So what was that? Oh, that was a review. That was a
blurb.
A blurb.
The blurb.
from
So Apple Music
Okay.
on not every album, but the bigger albums, it has a sort of like introduction. I don't know
Yes.
who's normally reading it. I don't know who it's for.
I don't understand. I mean, I know you.
Here's the thing
says, but
with Apple Music.
Okay.
They actually, I think, have probably guessed that there's going to be some podcasts who try to copy and paste their blurb. So in order to protect themselves, they have some sort of technology whereby you can't just copy and paste it. You know, you can't just like press your thumb and. So I have to screenshot it
No.
and then put it through Google Lens.
This is insane.
Are you kidding on?
No, I'm not kidding. I'm deadly serious.
You're Google Lensing?
I'm Google Lensing, bro. I'm on Android.
What is Google Lens?
It's a way. So if you're out and about,
Can I get it on my iPhone?
can you get Google Lens on your iPhone?
Can you?
No. What an
Well, you can get Gmail on your iPhone.
What an insane
Yeah,
question.
exactly.
Maybe
I've
you
got
can. I
Google
don't know.
Maps.
So you can, if you
What's the big thing with the lens? Oh, you can get the map.
the Lens is
Get the
native
calendar.
software. Come
What
on,
is the
guys.
lens? I've never.
Why?
Lens?
I'll explain. So if you take a picture, say you see like a menu, and you take a picture, then you can copy and paste the text from the menu.
Just stick with the actual example that we were using. Just stick with Apple Music. Why have you gone to a...
This is the advert.
Because I'm actually, it's probably not the best use. It's not the best advert of Google Lens. The screenshotting
do the
capability.
best advert. The menu.
You're out and about. Say, hey, you're in Japan, right?
Right.
Osaka.
And you're sat
You're in
there,
Osaka.
You're
There's-
looking at a menu and you're going, my friends have got to see that.
I can't. No, you're saying.
And I'm not going to take a photo of it.
No. This isn't about sharing with your friends.
Oh.
It's about trying to live everyday life. So you see a menu for a pizza restaurant in Osaka. It's got Japanese words on it.
I'm fed up doing that. By the way.
He's sick of sushi.
You
I'm
don't
not-
know. You don't know what it says because you don't speak Japanese, presumably.
Okay. Oh, right.
So you can hover your phone up,
Oh, right. This is good.
and then through the lens, you can click and you can copy and paste text, real live text. So then you can copy and paste it and put it through Google Translate.
Wow.
Right.
In fact, Google Translate is so good that it can actually just automatically show it on your phone.
And so what you did is you screen grabbed Apple Music and then you were able to get the text and copy and paste it into whatever that is.
Get the text from a JPEG.
And can they? So presumably they're working towards audio, where you'll be able to just record someone and then it will translate it into.
That exists.
That
Yeah.
exists.
Babel. It's called Babel or something.
It's
Tower
named
of Babel.
after the thing from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. What's it called? The
Oh,
Babel.
that's from a real life thing from the past.
Right. Okay.
Oh, from the Bible.
So we're here to talk about Blink-182.
You've always wanted to hear Seann Walsh learn about the Tower of Babel.
Yeah, absolutely.
While Desi Vibes plays through a wall.
DJ Desi
And
Vibes.
right now, everybody's dreams are coming true.
So
Thank you so much for coming on the
We're
podcast,
only
Sean.
in
by the way.
London for a couple of days, and we came into the studio. Me and Chris chatted. Said, "Who can we get in?" And I've seen you posting so much recently
It's pathetic. Yeah.
about
I'm really embarrassed
Blink-182,
about it.
and I thought we've got to get Sean in to chat Blink.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for coming
My
down.
pleasure.
We're really excited to talk about Enema of the State,
Yeah.
but also just Blink in general.
Yeah.
So we normally start by asking. So when did you first get into Blink-182? When did you first become a Blink head?
So American Pie.
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay. So I'm 37,
30.
30. Now, American Pie came out in 1999, which was the same year as Enema coming out. And I went to see this film, and it was like that. It was It was that film. A film speaking to you as a teenager, which I had never seen before.
So you were like 14 or something, right?
15, 14, yeah.
So you're So that's just
Be able to work that out. But
sexual
I was 14,
awakening and
absolutely right. And
Pubes.
and it was like absolutely. But it was like they were talking
Pubes the
about
movie.
the friends were talking about
Stuff you were talking
masturbating.
about.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god. I'm not the only one wanking.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. I thought it was this thing that I had discovered that I should be doing and not telling anyone about this secret that I'd discovered. I found, and then there was this film, and it opened up, and
Blink are in American Pie.
and they're in American Pie.
There's a cameo.
And when Jim is running back to see Nadia, get to see her breasts, her naked breasts. And her
What do you think of the sexual politics of American Pie? How do you think of age?
Don't get me into that. What are you trying to do? I've been cancelled once. Let's not. What are you? I don't know. I don't care. Whatever.
Because I watched that clip earlier of Blink in American Pie, and it's the point in which Jim has Nadia in his bedroom, and he's secretly put the camera on the webcam, and it is being broadcast to everybody. So Blink are watching, and one of them has a monkey on their shoulder.
Oh yeah.
And
What do you think about the monkey politics?
What do you think about the monkey politics of American Pie?
Should you have monkeys?
Because it was at a time where there were monkeys on their shoulder, monkeys in Friends.
Yeah.
There was a lot of monkeys.
One of my sister's friends
Had a monkey.
What?
Of course.
Fuck off.
In the East End of Glasgow, there was a wee guy
Fuck off.
What year was
from
it?
the estate
I'm not
over.
having
This would have
that.
been 1999. Probably.
I'm not having
It was the year of the monkey.
It really was. It was really common. In fact, this is hack. Just talking about.
You know that way in Nancy's, everybody had a blooming monkey on their shoulder.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh god.
No, we'll have to cut
Yeah.
off. Cut.
Northern observational comedy about having a monkey in the 90s.
And so what were all your friends into Blink at the same time? Did you all get into it at once?
Well, so
And jacking off.
Yes, and then we. Are
Jacking
you
off.
doing this thing where you rub your, But the what? But Jim runs across the front yards, as it were, and they play mutt. So not all the small things, or not
the big
That
hit.
wasn't. They weren't. It was mutt, and then I was like, what the? It was such an upbeat film. It was such an upbeat song. It was farcical. It was slapstick. He's falling over the bushes, and then
Put his cock in a pie?
he put his cock in a pie.
Shag the pie.
He shagged a pie. Never tried that. And then so I must have used the internet, I suppose, dial up, to go like, what is the song that plays when Jim is running? And then it was Blink-182.
You think you put that into Ask Jeeves?
Yeah.
Or
No,
Nikos?
Yahoo.
Yahoo.
No, Yahoo. It's Yahoo was mine.
Wow. And then it came up. So that was your first
there
time you'd
you
ever
go.
heard it, and you were like,
Oh.
"Wow, this is my."
And then bang, and then What's My Age Again, and all the small things, and they exploded.
Wow. And is it? So they've obviously come back on tour.
And by the way, you've got to remember that what's so strange when you look back, and I'm trying to remember now for you, is that it's pop, right? There wasn't the phrase pop punk. So believe it or not, at my age, and I wasn't a music connoisseur. I didn't, when my friends were listening to Blur and like Supergrass and stuff like that, I was listening to Spice Girls.
Yep.
So I was big. I loved Take That. I was into.
We just done a Westlife episode there.
Right.
We're big. We're Robbie guys.
I love Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have respect for Gary?
Absolute respect.
Yeah.
Not. I've got to say.
Give the devil his due.
Rude, absolutely, yeah. Rude Box, too far for me.
Oh,
Right.
I think,
Fair enough.
I don't know if you've seen that documentary.
You're not upsetting any apple.
Not
cart
yet. Not yet. We need to watch it.
So okay. For anyone that has seen it, you'll know. And don't worry, I'm not giving any spoilers away. But he talked. This is almost an episode dedicated to him. Still not accepting that maybe Rude Box wasn't a great song, right? And the whole world has decided that actually this is a bad song, and he's holding out, and he's going, no, I stand by that. That's one of my best pieces.
We've
of
done
work.
2 episodes on Robbie Williams, would you believe?
you?
And now this documentary has come out. I know Chris is angling for a new, updated Robbie Williams episode.
I want at least 5 Robbie episodes.
We've never
this
covered
year.
Nick Cave, never covered the Smiths, never covered Radiohead, but we've got the 3rd episode of Robbie Williams in the making.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't wait, man.
But the documentary, as all these documentaries seem to go now, is Robbie looking on a laptop. He's looking back at his life, looking back at his career, And basically, what happens is, and I think I could relate to this, I think this might just be human, is he looks back at every point of his life and says, I was in a really bad place. and I know what's going to happen, is that in 10 years' time, there's going to be a new Robbie documentary on Netflix where he sits on his bed like he is, looking at a laptop, looking at footage of the first documentary where he's saying Rude Box was a good song. He stands by it, and he's going to be watching that. And he's going to say, "I was in a really bad place." And it's going to turn out that he wasn't in a good place when he recorded this box set. He's actually really in a really bad place. God. That's what life is, isn't it?
You could probably zoom in the background of the current documentary and just find needles or something like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he's not having a good time.
Yeah, or Rude Box.
Oh yeah.
But needles next to Rude Box CDs. But yes, Enema. So, Enema, what do we...
Well, I mean, that's good. Christopher...
this is what I was going to say. Can I just say one thing?
This is great because Chris annoys me all the time by... I try to move on and he interrupts me.
No, the guest's annoying you.
No. I'm saying it's great.
Because to be here,
it's
nice to leave my dog at home on her own.
Because you're going to interrupt Chris and it will give him a feeling of what it's like. I'm all for it.
Before you go, I think that...
Before I go?
Before you
Me and Sean are doing a Robbie podcast. If you could fuck off. Go see DJ Desi Vibes.
I'm already there.
That there was no pop punk. So to a 14-year-old boy, as mad as this sounds... That was punk. So I'm like, I think and they had their lip pierced, their eyebrow pierced, whatever. Spikes, that was a big thing. Spikes in the hair. And you're like, I found myself. I found this alternative world. Yeah. And so,
what do you call that type of fashion? We called it moshers.
We called it grungers.
Yeah. What were these people? If you had baggy jeans?
I suppose they were. Green Day hoodies.
Yeah.
Well, actually, weirdly, Green Day you could fall into. Yeah, there was free. You could actually just have a Green Day hoodie and some baggy jeans, and you might be a skateboarder.
Yeah.
Skateboarder, grunge, or again a Green Day hoodie. You could actually fall into goth.
Yeah.
So goth, grunge, or skater.
That's later.
Green Day was the epicenter, and then the spiderweb went out to different types of people you could be.
Yeah.
But Green Day was like.
Were you a big Blink head growing up?
I wasn't, man. I wasn't a huge blinker.
Well, we've discussed this online.
I don't want to bring that up.
Whoa. There's previous Blink beef?
There's previous. We have previous.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to even say to you.
Oh, yeah. I'm being brought into this. I'm just hearing about this for the first time.
I was cancelled myself. I made a tweet.
Were you in a bad place?
I was in a really bad I was eating 5 pasta donatas a day, man. I was in a real bad place. I said on Twitter, now known as X, I said that Blink-182 was not as good a band as Sum 41.
It's a whoa.
It's a
hot take,
and that's the dangerous thing about social media.
It's the dangerous thing about some of the takes you've got.
You are rewarded for being so violent.
Wow.
And really just drawing the poison at people.
Interesting you should say that because I saw Sum 41 live, but I never saw Blink-182.
Where did you see?
I saw Sum 41 at Wembley Arena.
Cool.
So
wouldn't mind being there.
That's what? Why?
In the past.
Okay, that's cool. No, I think that's probably you're in a minority. I reckon most people would call Blink over Sum.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, Sum 41 was total rip off.
Why you said it?
No.
You just want to upset people?
I don't want to upset people. Obviously, I did upset Sean.
So Sean, did you respond to this take?
I'm
threatened to block me. Sum 41 to me were the Digimon to Blink-182's Pokemon. It was a complete rip-off. But to me, just like with Pokemon and Digimon, there are elements of the copy that are superior to the original.
Yep.
Originator.
Yeah, right. My brother bought this album.
Wow, your big brother?
Yeah.
So he's got 2 brothers, right?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. This is the brother section of the pod where we talk about my 2 brothers for a while.
One of his big brothers, no offense to your big brother.
I have one big brother.
You have one big brother. One of his brothers is older than him, and he's like a really normal.
He's like just a straight guy.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's nice to come on a podcast and be educated. Your big brother was older than you. Oh my God, who would have thought it? Honestly, you can't say anything anymore.
Can woke policeman.
Yeah.
Right. Your big brother's older than you, correct?
Yeah. You know what? I have to check that, but I think so.
And he's like a normal guy.
He's a teacher.
He's a teacher.
Yeah.
Normal, straight-laced guy.
Really, is the straightest laces I've ever seen in my life. man.
I don't know if you've met him, have you?
Yeah, met with
Okay.
the Fringe, and I was like, "What the fuck? This guy's really normal."
Yeah.
And then your wee brother is like the more artistic
Yeah.
vibes of you, but like just them.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
No. My older brother liked Blink-182. I think we've established that. And
Your
so-
older brother who was older than you.
Yes. So
Yes.
I borrowed the album from him, and
I take it he was born before you. It's just
I'll have to text my mum.
Yeah, if you
and,
could.
and check.
She
that
older
out.
than you. Yeah.
So I was a big Blink guy. I loved it. I think I had the poster of the porn star doctor on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yes.
I think I had that up on
You
my
had
wall.
the Blink-182 Enema of the State with
the album art on the wall
the breasts.
with they're not exposed breasts.
Oh, you can see them.
We can't see them. I mean,
You can't see all of them, but you can see the shape of them.
that's just
Yeah.
that's just
But
any
that's
clothed
like
woman.
that's like a body.
Yeah,
I can see the shape of your body.
that's quite rude actually.
What
Chris.
do you think?
Your body is clothed. It's actually a bit gross. I was heavy into them. So this was like this week listening to this was like heavy nostalgia trips.
Oh, yeah.
Because I haven't listened to this in a very long time. I didn't go to any of the Blink gigs. I wouldn't really. Okay, here's the thing. This is a bit controversial. The pivot to emo.
Yes. Yeah.
That was where I went. I'm out.
Yeah. The untitled
Blink's
album.
pivot to emo.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas
Where are you? That one. That's where I jumped off board. I was like, I'm not into this at all. That
Yeah.
was when I thought I was a bit cool.
And that was a lot of people's swerve.
Yes. And everyone I knew who was in my school, who previously, when I was listening to this, thought that like this music was like, too much.
That was the same for me as well, by the way. And then I got like reconnected with it, and then I look back at it, and I was like, actually, this is for me. This is talking to me.
Yeah. So you had a little Blink break.
I had a Blink break.
Right.
Yeah, we went on a break. I was like Tom. I left Blink. And and so
And then you've been to see him a few times recently?
I flew to Washington. Yeah, I know, to see them because they're reunited, and me and my friend Mikey, we got paranoid that this is so crazy. We got paranoid that Tom might not make it to the UK dates.
Yep.
And stay in the band, and obviously
Why?
because they got back together last time after a tragedy.
Right.
And then he left again, and we were like, "Oh God, what if that happens again?" Like we've got to see him in Blink.
But they cancelled the Scotland date, didn't they?
Kourtney Kardashian was pregnant or something.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
gave birth or something.
So you were not wrong. I mean, things could have happened.
So
Yes.
you were so scared the UK dates were in jeopardy that you
Yeah.
flew to America
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
go see them. What
To
was
go
that
see-
like, man?
It was a dream come true.
Did you see them when you were younger?
I saw them. I actually saw them in 2000. Not at the teenage stage. I saw them in 2014, and they were at Reading Festival, and it was absolutely incredible with a little bit of help.
What help did you have?
Yeah, well, you some assistance.
Help, you know,
Any assistance
help enjoying life.
Right.
Help.
Just good company, good friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
The kind of assistance you have at festivals
Uh-huh.
that help you
Yeah.
enjoy whatever you are looking at or listening to. that
I'm just trying to think what help would make me appreciate
Sun cream.
Blink-182. You know what I mean?
Hydrating water. Yeah.
Would you take Eckies and go see a pop punk band?
What's an ecky?
Ecstasy.
Oh, of course, I should have assumed
Sorry.
that. I'm going to work that out. If I'd bothered to think about that for less than a second, I would have worked that out. Sorry.
Do you know Eckies is a Scottish thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Eccles
but
Cakes
still,
is an English
it
thing,
makes-
isn't it?
What?
Eccles Cakes.
Yeah, Eccles cakes, but that's not a euphemism for ecstasy. That's an actual cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sean he'd had a few Eccles cakes when they were at Reading.
And
Did you enjoy it? Obviously, you enjoyed it because
it was like I was,
Taking ecstasy for any band is good.
yeah.
I did say I had. I just said that I had
No,
help
yeah,
enjoying
yeah,
the
yeah.
show.
I'm saying I have done that.
The best revenge is living well.
Yeah, I have many times done that, and I can highly recommend it. In fact, I personally do recommend it. I think our listeners should take ecstasy.
Yous are basically the same guy.
We are very similar dudes.
Yous both have Irish dads.
Yes.
Yes.
And you're both in recovery.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
probably quite common.
Yes. Putting two and two together, that doesn't make a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but here's the thing, actually, then, if you don't mind asking about that, when you think back of like bands that you saw with assistance of help, do you look back on that as like a joyful memory, or is it like
Yes, but that wasn't, by the way, I'm not a big music goer. So
Right.
I don't like I could probably count on my hands how many times I've been to live music. It
Really?
just happens that I was playing Reading.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't even like I
it.
went to we're doing that comedy tent.
Yep.
And then stayed behind afterwards and Blink on, and it was incredible.
so? If you
Yeah.
only seen a few live bands,
Yeah.
can you tell us who they are? Who you've seen?
Maccabees.
You saw them?
Really?
Which are one of my other favourite well, they obviously
The Maccabees.
Yeah.
I saw the Maccabees
On
on
the-
part of the Enema tour.
Oh wow.
Yeah. With
What-
the drums.
Was that what album were they on at that point? Do you know that kind of question? No, don't worry. Yeah.
2011.
Right. Okay.
Something like that.
So you saw the Maccabees, so they're gone.
And they've split up.
R.I.P.
So Blink are, reforming,
Yeah.
breaking up a few times.
Yeah.
Okay, who else have you seen?
I've seen.
I think it's interesting. Someone's like, I'm not a big music goer. Do
What
know
have
I mean?
you seen then?
What? Yeah. What makes the cut? It must be like a high.
to be honest,
when you really love.
to be honest with you, I love going to Glastonbury, and I've got these are the 3 stars for the 3 times I've been to Glastonbury.
Wow.
But because
It's like football clubs get a star every time they win a European
Yeah.
Cup. You've
It's-
got one every time you've been to Glastonbury, right?
and best place in the world, Glastonbury, and so that's really where I concentrate seeing music.
Right.
And actually, I have to say, and I've put Paul McCaffrey, who I do a podcast with. He says that and is massively into music.
I told him not to listen to our podcast because he knows more than us and it'll be annoying to him.
Yeah, I'd find it really.
He's so impassioned about music and opinionated about it, and he thinks that the Killers are for people that don't like music.
Right. I said last week on this podcast that they were like a kind of Burton's Menswear My Chemical Romance.
Right. Sure.
But I like them.
Yeah, well,
I like My
I
Chemical
don't
Romance.
know.
I like Burton's as well. It's a dependable high street fashion brand, you know.
Yeah. I don't have I don't feel like it doesn't bring me, if you whatever you say you like, it doesn't bring anything out of me. I think a bit different with like maybe films. You kind of go, what?
You have a bit more of a connection.
You watched what?
Yeah.
You like the film Grown Ups? What's
Right.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
That's where I might. Paul likes Grown Ups.
Really? That's so interesting.
That's why that popped into my head.
I'm judging them, to be honest with you.
people
I'm
who are
judging
like
Paul.
really into like music, so have like some sort of like intellectual, creative.
Very intellectual.
Do you know what I mean? And then they watch dog shit like Grown Ups, and you go, "Where is this? I don't understand."
It's yeah.
There's no meeting point there.
But but I saw the Killers at Glastonbury, and when they brought this is ridiculous. When they brought out the Pet Shop Boys, I think it was just I don't know why it was one of the best moments of my life.
When they came out with the big hats and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not a massive Pet Shop Boys fan. I love those.
It's a
songs.
great live show.
I love the hits.
Yeah.
But
it's
what happened
cool,
was
this is happening once. I'm here.
But we
It's a
didn't. No one
spectacle.
knew what happened. Is okay. By the way, so a school on showmanship. I've thought, in stand-up comedy, it's a very unique thing in that you can't. It's all about not showing, isn't it? It's about we're all nervous. We're all terrified. We can't say that. You got to go out. You got to act cool. You got to act like this is just you've just walked out. It's happened. All of that stuff, which isn't true. We know it's not true.
We're tryhards.
We feel sick,
The mask.
petrified. The mask comes on.
We can't
go
let
out.
them know we're tryhards.
All of that stuff. Whereas that's the complete opposite in music. And Brandon Flowers did. Every time I talk about this, I get goosebumps. It was absolutely incredible. At the beginning, he comes out, and unfortunately, I don't know it verbatim, but the gist of it was, right? He said that, like, ladies and gentlemen, there are so many bands, like, out there. There's so many incredible bands, some of the best bands, musicians in the world, and they're all playing at this festival. And you think you're about to hear, and just, we love them, and we just love that everyone loves music and all that stuff. And you cheer, and you go, yeah, great. And he went, but we're going to make sure that everyone out there made the biggest fucking mistakes of their lives. Bang, the music. And you're like, whoa.
That's cool.
It was honestly, it was so to let everyone there know that you're about to be part of this evening and you have all made the right choice. This is the best place to be. We can't do that.
Interesting.
You can't go. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of comedy shows going on tonight. all around the country. And they're great comedians, some of them. But let me tell you, tonight, you can't do it. You can't, it would be insane.
So we found out last week that his parents were Mormons. So
Yes, I know about that.
I'm getting big big pastor religious vibes from that speech. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That feels like a religious experience.
You're very.
Yeah, where he's like,
He's a very churchy guy.
that's quite a churchy thing to say, isn't it? All those other churches, they're fine.
Yeah.
But this is the best church in the world.
This is the one
It
that
was
you're
a great
really going to
church.
go to heaven.
Give me 10%
Yes.
of your wages.
Yeah.
So one thing we do on the pod is we do a little bit of some people call it muckraking into the background of the artist to find out whether or not they went to fee-paying schools, for example, and then we discuss whether or not that affects our enjoyment.
What? That's a section that you...
Yeah, it's called Secret Posho.
It's called what?
Secret Posho.
Brilliant.
And it has a jingle, it goes like this.
Secret pie show, secret pie show. You do it fast and it feels like nice. You got no money. You got Dutch bro. Secret pie show.
So previous Secret Poshos were found have been like the guy from LCD Sound Systems. Dad worked for Raytheon, the weapons manufacturer.
Right.
The guy for Arcade Fire is a fucking weapon.
Yeah. Lord Winston something the third or
Yeah,
something.
it's
You
like
know what I
a
mean? Like
fucking
insanely rich people.
Canadian
Yes.
royalty or some
Yeah.
nonsense like
So
that.
we basically
Paul told me that didn't was any music knowledge I have comes from Paul. He told me that didn't fucking hell, the Clash.
Oh yeah, they were public school boys.
What's his name?
Joe Strummer.
Joe Strummer.
Yeah, public school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a good one we found out recently in the Pogues episode is that Shane McGowan is English.
Right.
Isn't that
Okay.
mental? He went to a boarding school in London.
Right.
Westminster School.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And whenever he gets brought up in interviews, he goes, "I don't want to fucking talk about that." And you're like, "He's got a London accent."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knew?
I
I didn't know that he was. I didn't. Sorry. The reason there that I was being kind of.
you don't know who Shane McGowan is.
No, I do know who he is. I didn't know that he wasn't English. That doesn't surprise me. I didn't know that. Okay.
He's like a big Irish guy.
Yeah, but I thought half Irish or English, but then moved to
Really?
Ireland. I just didn't
assumed he came for a bog, man.
A bog?
A bog?
Yeah. Yeah, fine.
We both got Irish dads, and you're saying a bog?
A bog dweller?
That's for fuck's sake.
I'm fucking Irish as well, probably.
Yeah.
No.
Probably.
So,
Grand's name's Roseanne.
a quick chat about. That's enough. I guess you need a passport, I'm pretty sure.
Fucking wish.
So Tom DeLong, his mum was a mortgage broker, and his dad an executive at an oil company.
What?
Fuck off.
Yes.
I did not know that. Yeah, that's kept quiet.
Despite that, normal high school. He was expelled from his high school for being drunk. His parents divorced, and his mum lost her job. So he ended up basically living with her and Skint, and then worked on a construction site. So
No posh show.
No posh show.
No, you're allowed that. Yeah, it all collapsed.
It all fell apart. Okay.
Yes.
Mark Hoppus. This is a good one.
Something to do with the army. Something to do with the army, his dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good. His dad, Tex,
Oil guy.
like many in Ridgecrest, that's where it's from.
Ridgecrest.
Worked for the U.S. Department of Defense, designing missiles and bombs.
Whoa.
Man, you can't be designing bombs.
Come on, man.
Enough.
That is bang out of order.
All right, drop them on people, don't design them.
yeah, you know what they're gonna do with them.
What else do you need?
Come
What are you
on.
adding? Wi-Fi? Come on. They don't need anything else. The bombs, they're pretty efficient.
Pure winds me up when cunts design
Draw a
bombs.
bomb. If you want to draw a bomb, draw a bomb.
Go for
Have
it.
a little doodle, have a sketch of a don't then give them to someone that can make them. Oh. Yeah.
Travis Barker went to Fortana High School.
I'm gonna guess here not a secret.
Yeah, no,
Posho.
you're correct. Not
Yeah,
a secret
he
posho.
just-
I'm gonna show you a screenshot of the crest of his high school, and it shows you how not a secret posho. This is so bizarre. So normally on Wikipedia, you click on the high school, and it has like, did your school have a crest?
I can't remember. Yeah, badge.
Yeah, mine had like a badge, and it was like a cross.
Sorry, they all do.
Well, yes, interesting you
Every
say
single
that.
day.
So I'm going to show you Fontana High School's crest, and here's a guy with a.
Is that a joke?
No,
What the
it's a
fuck?
guy with a fucking bin lid on his head.
It's Desperate Dan after a shave.
Cow pie?
And he's put a fucking colander on his head.
So
Like a Frey Bentos?
I'm saying no posho
pilot?
on that. If your school crest is a guy with a fucking dustbin lid on his head,
A distended jaw and a fucking bin in his head. What the fuck? Imagine having that in your jumper. You go.
You wouldn't want to play them at high school football, would you? The fucking
The helmets they're wearing?
the dustbin
Yeah.
helmet boys.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Here's a Travis. Here's a couple of sticks. Just bang that with you.
And he became the best ever.
Well, he was what have I written here? Oh, he worked as a bin man when he was first playing in bands.
School he went to.
Yeah, his mum. Yeah, exactly.
He was one of the most successful kids out of that school.
He worked as a bin man where he was sleeping on his mate's sofa when he was playing for the Aquabats. Do you know the Aquabats? You ever heard of them?
No.
So this was... you'll be interested in this because this is like deep lore on Blink-182, right? So they had another drummer.
Blink.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, Scott Rainer.
And yes, right. So they fell out. I think he
He had a dark period.
He had his own... He was going through some stuff.
Yeah.
As we all have been when we've written Rude Box, okay?
Yes.
He was
in a... Yeah.
He was deep in the Rude Box, his Rude
He
Box
was living
era.
in the red box, man.
He was in a rude box.
And,
yeah, that's the new
He
phrase.
was my name's Liam. I've been in the Rude Box for
Yeah.
now. And they had this band, the Aquabats, opening for them. The Aquabats are like a ska punk band.
Yes. Yeah,
And their
Okay,
whole vibe
I
is
know.
they dress as superheroes, and they were like, they wanted to be the antithesis to all this angry punk and just be like silly fun punk. And he was a drummer for them. They were opening for Blink-182. Scott Rainer, they had a huge fallout and left and wasn't going to do a gig.
And no one really knows what happened there.
I mean, we as fellow rude boxers,
Yes.
it's pretty easy to think about what happened.
Okay, yeah, but all right, yeah.
He was just shit-faced,
Yes.
I imagine. And then they said, maybe you shouldn't be so shit-faced. And then he flipped a lid.
Fine.
You know,
Yes.
that'd be my guess.
Yes.
So Travis Barker had 45 minutes preparation to learn all of the Blink songs. And he fucking did it.
Yeah.
And he nailed it.
Wow.
And we were like, this guy is going to be our new drummer.
I'm
Yeah.
not a big pop punker. I'm not a big blinker. But I do think Travis Barker's like just one of the best drummers there is. Like just an incredible drummer.
Yeah.
Like, he's just so fucking.
He's transcended like pop punk now, though, isn't he?
yeah, now he's a hip hop guy.
He's
and-
like Machine Gun Kelly and all those guys.
yeah, but
All those
that
beats.
that Machine Gun Kelly album that he's on is like a pop punk album by a rapper.
Yeah.
It's like insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so good. I think I like about him is he got all these neck tattoos and stuff, and then it was so he couldn't get a normal job.
Oh, I've heard that.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay.
Like he was like, well, I don't want to be able to get a normal job. I want to have to be the best drummer in America, so I'll just get like terrible tattoos.
Dress for the job you don't want.
Yeah, just for the
Yes.
job you do one, which is punk drummer.
Yeah, which is punk drummer. That's cool. Interesting you should bring up tattoos. Are we going to chat about
With two guys reviewing tattoos, we're gonna Google every search and then we'll choose if it's tattoo woohoo or tattoo boohoo. We're judging the ink, yeah, that's what we do. Do full sleeve or face tats, big skull or wing. Bet you pick the design. Is it bad or just fine? Or dragon or a skull, pretentious or dull? You cannot hide, and we will decide if it's tattoo woohoo or tattoo boohoo. Yeah.
What do you think of that?
You were fantastic.
Thanks.
Well done.
What?
You did a really great
What?
job.
What did you do?
The supporting role. Sort of doing the pointing at the high bits.
Oh,
and,
okay, thanks.
No, what
was rocking
every week you rocked that out. That was amazing.
Yes.
That was brilliant.
We occasionally do a sort of like themed
What are you
version
doing?
of it.
Why aren't you chipping in on that?
I do
Sometimes he does backing vocals or
That was
something.
very good.
Thanks a lot, Sean. Last night I done my show, first show in London, so people came to see me do stand up that had only ever seen me on this, and then afterwards they were saying we all went on a lads' holiday together and we were playing Tattoo Boohoo live in the hotel in like Croatia,
That's amazing.
like just making fun of cunts' tattoos.
Yeah, and which is what we're going to do now. We're going to look at some
Fair
of the
enough.
tattoos on the band members, and we're going to decide if they're a tattoo woohoo or a tattoo boohoo.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know the tattoos.
and sometimes with the guests we talk about their tattoos as well. You've already shown us your 3
You
stars.
got the 3 stars. What else you rocking?
I've got.
That was a great noise. That was, I wasn't expecting to have to show you this.
It's like an assassin just slipped a blade between your ribs.
And I've got to cover it up. You're being stabbed. No.
Keep going.
I've got 2 crosses behind my right ear. I think is it my right ear?
Oh yeah, 2 little X's.
2 little X's.
Yeah,
And those are the
XX.
they're not the XX. Those are they're a nod to the eyes of the Blink logo.
Whoa, Blink
I can't believe
182
you got a Blink-182 tattoo and you've been sitting on that for the last half an hour.
Yeah. No, that's the no.
Wow.
Yeah. I've also got one on my arse that I sit on, but there's one there
for the last.
Yeah. No, just that. Yeah. So 2 X's there.
Wow, okay.
I got a
That's
Blink 182 tattoo from the wee smiley face with his eyes crossed out.
yes. And when did you get that done?
Yeah, I know. Wow, that's the that. I mean, that's what everyone says.
Wow.
Wow. We
Okay.
were chatting just before the pod. Rob Copland, do you know him, the comedian?
He's got an actual. He's got
He's
the
got a
full
Blink-182
logo on his
tattoo.
torso.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he
I
got
like yours.
Yeah.
That's cool to have like a kind of. Well, it could be
Just the
anything.
2 X's.
Yeah. And I know what it is.
It's a bit more subtle, isn't
Yes.
it? We like a subtle tattoo, you know.
Thank you.
That's
I'm glad
cool.
that's.
So you've got two X's, 3 stars.
It's the thing is when you. I don't know if you have what you have about you that relates to this, but you do these things, and they feel good. And then when you actually have to talk about them with people, you're like, this is really. I'm embarrassed.
I've got a tattoo of my dog wearing pajamas, and I know exactly what you mean.
And are you embarrassed?
No, actually, I love it. I think
Okay, good.
I was for a moment. I thought, and
You
I
just
thought,
kind of
no, actually,
you
it's
just kind of need to learn to love the daft things about yourself, don't you? And go, I was 16. How old were you when you got that?
What?
Sorry,
Note
how old
again.
were you when you got your neck?
I can't. I don't know if these earphones are working. I know you're near.
It's the Desi vibes. I can't hear you over there.
Strange sounds.
2019.
19.
That was
Okay.
recently.
What?
It was a bit recently.
What?
Yeah.
Different decade.
You got a neck tattoo when you were 33?
Pre-pandemic. We were different people.
You started smoking when you were 50. That's like, yeah. I gotta. Yeah.
Rude box vibes, man.
Yeah, I know. It was very much rude box vibe. I was in a rude box.
I'm honestly, we'd
Rude
say
box, socks.
as a tattoo, a woohoo or a boohoo, I would give that a woohoo.
Yeah, it's a
Bless
woohoo.
you.
That's a big
Thank you.
woohoo. We love
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah,
And we have gave guests boohoos.
yeah, don't feel like we're just woohooing because you're in the room. Because trust me, we are.
I respect that.
We're rude boxes ourselves.
Thank you.
So what tattoos have you got from the band to show us, Chris, that we can have a quick?
Okay, so I just decided to focus on Travis Barker. Travis Barker
Yes.
has 110 tattoos.
Whoa,
That's too much.
It's too much.
It's too
Yeah.
much.
Can we just say, Trev? It's too much.
yeah.
First one I want to point out is top of the head, right on the scalp.
There it
He's
is.
got
Mary.
the Virgin Mary praying, so her hands are like where his widow's peak would be if he wasn't a baldy.
Yeah.
And then what do you think about that?
That's intense, isn't it?
Who's that for?
Who's for people who are taller than you?
Yeah.
Who
yeah.
look like God, you know?
yeah.
Tall
Maybe it's for
Catholics.
God.
Oh,
The
God is
closest
looking
you
down
can
on you
get.
and seeing his dead mum stare back at him.
Is that who that was? The Virgin Mary?
Yeah.
I think the Virgin.
No, the Virgin Mary was his mum.
Right, but
You're
the
right.
thing about the Holy Trinity
Well,
is
hang
that
on,
they're
what?
one and all the same. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's so confusing.
But Mary's not.
Hang on, Mary's not God's mum.
She's Jesus' mum.
She's Jesus'.
And who is Jesus if not God? The Son of
But
God.
then Mary Magdalene wasn't his mum. That was a prostitute that he knew. A sex worker, sorry.
Yeah, but that's not a tattoo of Mary.
Confusing that
Magdalene.
her name was Mary as well.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get that today.
Honestly, you wouldn't get that these days.
You can't say that sort of thing these days.
You can't be hanging about with a prostitute with the same name as your mum these days. People would just take that to the papers.
What's your mum's name?
Mine? Angela.
Angela. Yeah.
I have an auntie called Mary, and my nan is called Mary.
Yeah.
Is this? Hey guys,
Do the song for this feature. What family name?
What's your auntie's name?
Oh,
What do you think about that?
That is too much. I can't. No, that's too. It's fucking mental, isn't it? That's a boohoo. Come on, what are you doing, Travis?
yeah, boo-hoo.
Boohoo from you too?
Boohoo from you too.
Although I tell you what, I would say about the tattoos on the bald head is it kind of gives. It feels
hair-like
something. Yeah, it's
vibe.
yeah, it does. It kind of there's a void.
Just
it
go
fills.
to Turkey, you know, and just get the plugs in.
My dad's a hairdresser, right?
Is he?
And he's heavily
Yeah.
tattooed. And
Okay.
he...
What's it? Sorry, you can't go on without telling us his name. Come on, mate.
It's Mary.
Yeah. Is he older than you?
Yeah, my dad's older
Yes.
than me, man, for sure. I didn't come all the way to London to be bullied. Sat in a train for 5.5 hours just for you to wind me up. Piece of shit. Anyway, I'm getting a woohoo.
What was you saying? You starting the story about
right.
your dad's
Why I
hairdresser?
fucking interrupted? And he, some bald guys get their hairline tattooed back on.
Really?
I would give that a boohoo.
Yeah.
Personally.
Do you know what I don't mind about the
How do
head
you do
tattoo?
that? What do you
is-
mean you get your hairline tattooed on?
Dots.
Yeah, okay.
So you can
I
kind
get
of
that.
shave off parts and then you got the dots to
Yeah.
put a better hairline in. Doesn't
Yeah.
look good when you look up close. From a distance, it's nice, but and
Okay.
you know, somebody's licking your.
Do you know what looks cool?
Yeah.
Sometimes I will concede is when someone gets a head tattoo, but they still have hair and they can grow a little bit of hair over the tattoo. I think that looks cool.
I think that looks cool.
Yeah, there was a barber I used to have, a big fucking meathead American guy.
What was his
who,
name?
I can't remember. Mary, and he it was your dad, and he got a gun. He had a gun tattooed on his head, which he would grow a little bit in, which was cool / terrifying.
You're asking to get shot in the head.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
No,
me,
that'd be if he had a target on his head. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, if it was a mod.
So yeah, what
I'm
you-
giving it a woohoo. I think, fuck
think-
it, man. You're
really?
getting something tattooed in your head. Might as well make it some mad God's mum.
Jesus, mum. I think.
Travis Barker has knuckle tat. Says
Okay.
self on one hand and made on the other. Self-made. You think that's a woohoo or a boohoo?
That's
What do
a
you
bit
think?
fucking Diary of a CEO stuff, isn't
Yeah, it's a little rise and grind.
it? You know what I mean?
What's the name of that cunt? He's always in WH Smiths. Not him as a person, but like there's always a wee stat. The Diary of a CEO guy.
Yeah. What's his name?
Stephen Bartlett.
What is going on in the WH Smith's book What has happened? to
Wild
that place?
man.
Hang on. What do you mean? What's
The Diary of a CEO
No, I know, yeah.
podcast host
Yeah, no.
is always in WH Smiths. Like there's a cardboard cutout
But
of
it
him.
sounded like you were going that, and that's just another problem to add to all the other problems WH.
Do you go book shopping in WH Smith's?
I
Because
don't
all it
tend
is,
to, no.
1001 ways to unfuck your business life.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. Those books. Yeah.
Yes. And that's,
Shut your fucking mouth and learn to grow as a brand.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Always swearing and stuff I don't want to do.
Do
Yeah.
they still do iPhone magazines? Do you remember this?
I've never heard that.
No, I do actually. I
You
know.
do? There was a phase where like there were iPhone magazines
Yeah,
and you could
yeah.
buy. I don't know what was in them.
It would just be like, here's some new apps you can download, and
Here's a lager that you can tilt to the side and it
Yeah,
kind of comes
yes.
out a wee bit.
Yeah.
That was a great app. I loved the sideways lager app.
Oh my god.
I was in fucking secondary school, man, and we were just
listening to
Pretending to
Blink-182,
drink.
The lighter.
pretending to drink lager.
the lighter was cool as well.
lighter.
Maybe it was your time spent with pretend drinking lager that stopped you from becoming an alcoholic like me and Sean.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you. Not enough people congratulate me on my lack of alcoholism.
Yeah, well, that's why we're in the right
I
podcast.
had 2 beers last night and I was fine. No offense to you two.
Well done.
Um,
You didn't make any bad choices.
no, I don't need alcohol to make bad
Self.
choices.
I'm going to get self-control tattooed there.
Get 3 extra fingers.
I quite like the self-made, by the way.
Really?
I just think
He's in a band. He's not. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Oh,
you are
yeah.
Self and Tom and
Yeah.
that's true.
Mark made.
Yes.
You can't fit that on your finger.
Yeah.
Maybe on your toes. If you had self-made, then Mark, then Tom on your toes, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. You've actually paid due diligence to the people who've took you there. I just don't know. Have you ever thought about getting knuckle tats?
No. No. Knuckles.
No, there was a guy, one of Robin Granger's friends, who had beer and tits on his.
What about lyrics?
Books.
I don't mind a
Lyrics.
lyric. It depends. Again, when we did The Killers, someone had the entire lyrics to Mr. Brightside tattooed on their back, and that was a lot.
I have a lyrics tattoo.
Yeah. Do you? Yeah.
Is it fucking this one here?
Okay.
It's Don't Forget to Give My Love to Rose by Johnny Cash, because as we all know, my gran's name's Rose.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's kind of like I like
like
having a
that.
lyrics
I like
tattoo
that.
where it's
Woohoo.
like, oh, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Go. Wow.
Wow.
First guest to woohoo one of our tats, I think.
It's really
Yes.
cool. Feels good to be woohooed.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you imagine being boohooed?
I would just end it all.
And there's one more, is there?
So that's a boohoo from me,
That's
a
a-
woohoo
that's a-
from you.
that's-
Well, it was a woohoo, but you convinced me it was a boohoo.
Really?
Yeah, I think you're right. It's
Don't
not
let
it
me
needs the
have
band.
that influence.
No, but you're right. It's Blink, isn't it? It's it should be Tom
You're
and Mark.
self-made. You know, fucking self. You're in a band.
Yeah, that's the
But he
whole
had to
point.
learn the drums on his own. Anyway, come on.
He let them in his my bin school. So this is the third and last, and it's on his neck tattoo. No, neck tattoos, Sean. We like neck tattoos. Maybe. This doesn't say 33 and it says 66, which is double 33. Is your getting a neck tattoo at the age of 33 a reference to this?
Yeah, no. Fortunately not. Yes.
So
That
it's
would
got
be
two
mental.
crossed racing flags and then the number 66. So that's, I'm guessing, the Route 66 is the reference there, I guess.
Yeah.
Is he not like a race car driver?
Right.
What do you mean?
Is he?
I'd be surprised
Travis
after
Barker.
his, and we haven't really touched on this, after his horrific plane crash, if he was still into driving cars very fast.
Do you think that if you were in a plane crash, you would stop being a race car driver?
I think so. I think, I mean,
I don't know.
I've got some of the depressing stats here. There were 6 people on plane. So Travis Barker, we should say, was in a plane crash, right?
Yeah, just like Ric Flair.
Oh.
4 of the people died, all right? Him and his mates survived. He had to have something like
A
6
lot of burns.
Yep, 2nd and 3rd degree burns. He had to have 16 surgeries.
Do you know if he had not gotten out of the plane, he would have been fine.
What?
Right.
It was because he got out of the plane and went through the oil.
After it had crashed?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
He wasn't like on top of it.
Yeah.
if he hadn't jumped out of
Did
that
you know
plane,
if
he
he
would
was
have-
just holding on to the wing when it went down, he would have been fine.
If that guy had jumped off
explain
that
this?
building.
Yeah. Did you know that actually when that plane went down, if he had been at home, he would have been absolutely fine. He would have completely survived.
That's fascinating. Wow, that's amazing.
I've never thought about it like that.
That's interesting.
So what are you saying here?
So when so the plane crashed, and actually he was unscathed, but he, as you would, like fuck,
Yeah.
there's a way out, out, and then went through the oil, and then therefore the burns.
Fuck me.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in a plane crash,
Never leave.
just sit
Never
tight.
leave.
They're trying to get you out of there. Go, no, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
When emergency services come and go this way, you go, no, not on your fucking Nelly.
Not on
I'm
your
not
Nelly.
moving.
Yes.
Can't fool me twice.
Wow, that's fucking crazy, man. It's great that he's not dead.
Yes, agreed.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
How
for
did
him.
you feel when you heard about that? Were you kind of heartbroken when you heard about
No,
Travis?
see again. I think that was during the Blink break, but I think I was quite and when Mark got the
cancer
cancer,
diagnosis.
and that became public, and then it was like
In the new album, there's a song where they talk about like, oh, we never get together unless we're in a crash or we get sick or something.
yes.
How did that hit you?
Hey, is that? Do you sound? Is that insincere on purpose, or is that just your?
Talking about insincere.
Yeah. That's
Great
That
question.
was my sincere
Great
podcast.
that
question.
Yeah, that was.
You can come every week, Sean. I love this.
Yeah, you definitely have a tone. That did not sound.
What?
That completely sounded like you were taking. So you had a song where. So yeah, you had a song.
Oh, do you have
where-
a Scottish accent?
Oh,
You
what?
want-
I can't. No, I'm not going near the Scottish. The tone. I'm saying the tone. I'm
Oh,
not going
okay.
near the accent. But it just sounded. I do it in an
Did you
English
find it hard to
tone.
listen to
It was
the
like
little
yeah,
cancer
so when
song?
we never get together unless one of us has had a plane crash or one of us has got cancer. That's what it felt like to me.
You're projecting,
That
brother,
was-
man. I'm the sincere as a
Okay.
heart attack.
It kind of
Yes. Fine.
kind of speaks to the ongoing sort of, I guess, juxtaposition of Blink, where they are these old guys
No,
who have had all
yeah,
this shit happen to them,
Yeah.
but they're still singing about, dick
Titties
jokes and
and
titties
cum.
and.
There's a really nice line in that where Tom says, what is it? Do I have to die to hear you miss me? Do I have to die to hear you say goodbye? This is the line I like. I don't want to act like there's tomorrow. I want to do this one more time.
Yeah.
And I can't look at Chris because it's too sarcastic. So I'm going to look at
I'm one of the most earnest comedians in the Scottish comedy circuit.
People are always saying that.
But that I love that line. I think that's because obviously they're older than me. I'm 37, and you gotta. It's do you know what? It's all. I mean, songs probably fall under when you think about what songs kind of mean and what they do. There's probably just a few categories of what they are. Like there are love songs. There are and then there are political songs, and there are songs that are about a lot of the time. They're almost like these kind of Diary of a CEO songs, which is I don't want to wait till tomorrow. I don't want to do this. I want to do this one more time. It's like, now, let's do it now. Life is, whatever age you are, life is running out.
Yeah.
Do it now. Whatever it is, do it now. And that. So I don't have. Well, Mark Steele has got cancer, and that is public, but he's going to be okay. But he's going to be okay.
Friends, yeah.
But time's running out. Whatever it is, tell them you love them. Do that thing you want to do in life, go and do it. And sometimes without music, sometimes you don't. It takes music to actually tell you that, to remind you about that, because you don't really think it yourself, because we're so fucking we're just we're so just stuck with all of the things that we've got to do by that time, to call that person, to reply to that email so that you can get to that thing at that time. All of the stuff, life, the awful thing that is life, that gets in the way of life. And music is the thing that reminds us to
Momento mori.
Beautiful.
Remember you will die.
I was actually like quite taken aback at some of the lyrics re-listening to this album, like, because in my head it is just like a dumb American Pie,
Coming in a pie.
common fast
Yes.
jokes.
Tet
But then there
fire.
are moments that really cut through that, where you
Adam
go
song, man. Phew,
Adam's song
Jesus
where he's
Christ.
singing about like
Oh, yeah.
himself and saying the bit where he says, "Tell my mum this is not her fault." I just think that's such a devastating
Tell my
insight
mom
to,
yeah.
it's not her.
Yeah.
to the mind of a depressive.
Yeah.
And tomorrow holds such better days, which is again is so the last verse of that, or the last chorus, post verse, whatever the fuck it is, I don't know.
The pre-bridge.
Great, and like again, that's actually by the end of the song, he's turned round. He's now being optimistic. Tomorrow holds such better days, and it's go for it. It's another go. They're quite good at that, I think. Blink.
Yeah.
There's this very optimistic, which I think is what I fell in love with them for, and still love them now. There's a very simple, upbeat message.
I love that bit in, I think it's What's My Age Again. There's that line that's like, oh, I don't want to go off and fall in love. Why would you wish that on me? Like,
Why would you wish that on me? Yeah.
yeah, which is like, I just think it's such a good insight to being young and being like, I don't want to go off and get married and
Yeah.
settle and have a life. I'm just like,
I think it's interesting that they were writing for the point of view of like teenagers, but they weren't. They were like 27, which is obviously still very young. I mean, they're 25. Because I was reading this thing that was saying that even though the line is nobody likes you when you're 23, you still act like you're a freshman year. He was actually 25.
Yes.
That doesn't
Yeah,
write.
I know. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I've read that. Yeah.
oh, that's interesting because my like opinion of 25-year-olds is a bit different to 23-year-olds. I think
Is it?
I do like 25-year-olds.
I honestly think the girl's been a bit harsh. Like, what's wrong with sticking TV on when you're taking your pants off?
Well, it depends what you're watching, I guess. You know,
Weakest
if
link.
you're putting.
Anne Robinson.
Are you
or
never fucked with Weakest Link in the background?
Romish or Anne Robinson?
And Robinson.
And Robinson. We're OG in this
I'm
house.
not.
Come on.
Listen.
Nothing against Ramesh. Good luck to him. But,
Respect to Ramesh.
I'm not jacking off to
having
him,
sex when he's on the TV. All right.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Yes.
And Robinson, though. Yes.
She making me horny.
Chris, is there anything you want to say about this album? Because we spent a long time talking about our family members' names.
Yes.
I just thought it was sick. You were saying that there's only a few different things that songs can be about.
That, by the way, can
Love
I just
song.
say that was a live thought. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That was coming out of my head, and I thought,
you're right.
yeah, well, this is
Most
brave.
go into, love song, hate song,
Exactly.
stuff like that. Then these guys come out with Aliens Exist. I don't know if anybody else has wrote a song in the genre Aliens Exist. And it's not like aliens as a metaphor for like,
I know.
you came like a flying saucer, then you fucked right off. It's more like aliens exist.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
But you know, there's a paranoia in that song as well, where he's like, "No, my friends don't believe me. They're just laughing at me."
No wonder.
Yes.
They don't, fundamentally.
Yeah.
Do you believe in aliens?
Hang on. They don't. Isn't there? I can't believe I'm getting into this whilst there's something in front of me that means it's being recorded. But they do, don't they? Haven't they proven?
Tom DeLonge.
The internet. I now don't know what
Okay.
the internet
It's
means.
all coming out
I
now.
don't know what anything is.
No one
I don't
believes
know
in
anything.
aliens.
I thought I read a thing that they do.
Where?
Oh, but they do, on the internet.
What
RealNewsDaily.net.
Even the America, there was a big thing. Turns out,
Oh, the Area 51 documents that got released.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, what do you
Are
think?
we here? What do I?
No, you're allowed to have an opinion.
I want.
I'm just too
I want
scared.
on record.
Just
I
too
don't,
scared?
I don't
What does
think anything
Seann Walsh
anymore.
think about-
I don't know. I was thinking, funnily enough, I was thinking about this on the way here.
That's
I was
a good
thinking
thing
about
to
the
think
noise.
about on the way to a podcast.
No.
I have no opinions.
I've got no. I thought this. There's a noise. Yes, I can't believe I'm getting to say this. I thought this on the way here. 37 is the age now. I was at a pub with some older friends yesterday, and obviously they're talking about all of the current affairs. And there is a noise that when you get to my phase of life that you just end up using a lot, which is And what that means is, don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea. Just probably if that's the one.
I think we both make that noise a lot in this podcast when guests are talking.
But yeah, to be honest with you, it's a great art though to learn. Do you know what I don't know? But also goes, I don't need to know. I can just make this noise. There's a piece with.
This is absolutely nothing.
But you can't have three people all doing it at once.
No.
Because then the conversation doesn't go anywhere.
I've just realised it's the same noise. I'm workshopping in front of you guys.
That's good.
I hope you don't mind. No, it's the same that noise, which is I don't know what you're talking about. But I've got nothing to add. But I can't disagree. I just don't know. But I don't really want you to know that I don't know, and I just can't be bothered to say I don't know because I don't care enough for you to then continue even more than you are.
This was the same noise you made when I brought up Shane McGowan being English.
I bet it was. I bet if you listen back to, I would.
100% it was.
Shane McGowan he's actually from London. What do you think about that? Yeah. But it's the same noise that you use when you're talking to a mate on hands-free, right? And they're talking to you, but you're looking at your phone.
Right.
So they're saying something, but actually you're reading an email, and you just hear that silence, and you
It's just that's what
I just like saying it is what it is.
So you're just looking at your phone. There's a silence.
Oh, but you can't go it is what it is when you're looking at your phone.
No,
you need to be like.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not the only one. I've not sort of exposed
No.
myself. It's a bad trait to have, and I know people when they do it to me. I'm talking to them,
It hurts.
and you go, "You fuck." You want to go, "You fucking asshole."
Yeah.
You're looking at your phone.
Yeah, and it's like you said, we will die at some point. Do you know what I mean? It's like all we have is right now, and you're not here.
Exactly.
Wow.
I don't want to wait to have to say goodbye. I want to do this one more time.
Fair play, lads, for bringing that background because
Yeah.
that was. I really didn't see how we were going to get back on track there, but you did it with lyrics. I'm proud of you both. Well done.
Listen, I'm really good at this.
Is there anything in particular you want to share about this album that you think, or
Did you not have a thing where you were like stalking one of the members of Blink-182 in London?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
I feel like that should have come up already in the
Mark
hour-long
Hoppus.
podcast about Blink-182.
Mark Hoppus, whenever he's in London, he stays in Mayfair. Okay.
Right.
I mean, his dad
I don't know
fucking
if it's-
designs bombs.
Yeah.
Unsurprising.
Yes.
Everybody who stays in Mayfair is a bomb designer dad.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was before. Absolutely, you're right. It was before Blink. He just had that place there, and he goes to Hyde Park, and he did a Insta story saying, "I'm in Hyde Park now. If you can find me, I'll give you a T-shirt." And I could walk there, but it would be half an hour or something. So I ran. Well, did we drive? We got an Uber. Whatever. We got to Hyde Park as quickly as we could.
Yep.
And I went running round Hyde Park.
Did you find him?
We know I didn't find him.
I don't know that.
No, it would be. I think you'd be able to tell
From the tone of
the
the story.
Yeah, it'd be like, "Oh, that over there." It was just like
One of the
You've just
greatest,
spent
one of
10
the greatest storytelling comedians of the time. You can't tell from
I
tone.
was. I was
He just spent 10 minutes telling me that he makes noises to let people pretend to think
He's
they understand
no, but I genuinely was shouting Mark.
Wow.
That's probably the weirdest thing.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, like I'd lost him.
Do you think you'd lose your mind if you met him, or do you think you'd keep
I
it
think.
cool?
Do you know what? I've met Jim Carrey.
Wow.
Have you?
That's fucking cool.
That's big, right?
He's my Mark Hoppus.
He says, yeah.
Right?
He says
So-
Mark Hoppus as well.
No, Mark Hoppus is his Mark Hoppus. That's how it works.
No, it's Jim Carrey's.
No,
Mark
but
Hoppus.
but no, Jim Carrey, big, anyway, whatever. Jim Carrey, big influence on my life, is what you're saying, right?
Liar,
So,
liar, change this cunt's life.
that's my favourite Jim Carrey film.
Wow.
I told you were the same person.
Yeah. I watched it and I said to my mum, I want to be like that guy. And she took me to drama club the next day.
I did that, but with Ace Ventura,
Wow.
because it was 1993.
Wow. When am I going to
And
be
you
best
can
story
tell
for the
that
next
actually
generation?
because
that bit hasn't happened to me yet.
All you have to do is go on a dance show. No, right. So I met Jim Carrey, and he like exactly what you just said. Right. That is bizarre. That is very weird. That is. I do give you that. But you could say then.
you were like, a lot of people have Irish dads, but then that is actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What's your PIN number?
Yeah. But he changed the course of your life. You could say that that man changed the course of your life, and that whatever you're doing, you love stand up and you're doing it. And this special thing that we're all very lucky to be doing, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but we are extremely lucky to be doing this. That was because of him. Very odd. You've never met him. He's got nothing to do with you. He does these films, and the complete course of your life has completely changed. And I met that person that did that.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I was fucking emotional. I was like tears, shaking. I was quite cool when I was with it. I was a bit weird. You know, I was starstruck. I couldn't believe he was.
What was the context in which you were?
He was at okay. It was the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal. And this guy had approached me a day before, and he said that his partner had seen me do a showcase, and that she enjoyed my set, and he and her helped organise the festival. So he was quite. It was high up in the festival. I don't know exactly what he was, but he had the fucking badges. He could open doors. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I've got the day to myself. I'm walking around and I bump into him and I go, "Oh, hey man, how's it going?" And he goes, "Yeah, not bad." And I'm looking. I was like, "Is there a show on that I could see maybe?" And he said that, well, it's the Just for Laughs Awards, and they're happening right now, but it's obviously sold out and whatever. But and he kind of looked at the schedule. And he's like, "Oh, but Jim Carrey will be accepting the Lifetime Achievement Award." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "I could get you in, but we have to run now." And so I'm running through Montreal with this guy.
It's Hyde Park all over again.
Right? Yeah.
You're
Exactly.
like running to stuff.
And yes, yeah. And it's amazing. I get into the room. This guy lets me in. He leaves. I'm now at the back of this room. It's not that big. It's just like where you might have one of those what they call function rooms. It's kind of just a big. It's just a function room.
Yeah.
That you might see comedians do corporates in or whatever. And he's there and he's accepting this award and. I'm thinking, hang on, when this ends, he's going to be sat down in this room. I can get to him, and he accepts the award, and he sits down at the front. And I think Trevor Noah then gets an award after him. I might be wrong about that, but I think Trevor Noah gets an award after him, or is I. Or he's hosting something. There's still some spiel after Jim Carrey. And I'm thinking when this ends, everyone is going to be up and they're going to be out this way. If I go in the opposite direction, I go against everyone, I could get to him and I could just say to him, "You changed my life. Thank you. I love you." That's all I wanted to. That's like all I wanted to do. And bang, it ends. Everyone gets up. But I'm going straight through. You know when you'll know. And you'll probably know when you've not been to bed and everyone's going to work. And you're walking in the opposite direction.
Sake.
Yeah, that's what it was
so
like.
bleak.
Everyone's
Kids in school uniform.
all of that. Oh god, yeah. Everyone's going, and I'm going through the other way. And then David Baddiel, out of nowhere, he pops up. And I'd kind of met him for the first time at this festival. Yeah, no. He said, "No, that's what happened." As he said, like, "Oh, hey, what did you think?" And I went, "Look, sorry to be rude, David, but Jim Carrey's over there." And,
Love 3 lines, but can you move out of the fucking way?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. He's the reason I do what I do. Sorry, out of the way. And he went, "Well, actually, I heard that he enjoyed my solo show. Maybe I can help." So now Baddiel is in front of me. Baddiel's like an ambulance, kind of in front of me, moving the traffic like in Die Hard with a Vengeance. I'm Bruce Willis behind the ambulance.
He's your Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Whoa, slow down. So, right, that was an impersonation of the game version of Samuel L. Jackson's character, not the
Die Hard trilogy.
Well done.
PlayStation 1.
Brilliant, amazing. And so,
Are you on the right podcast or what, man?
yeah, I know. Yeah. So we're just about to get him on the front row, and Jim Carrey gets up, walks on stage, walks backstage. It's over. Right? That's it. Baddiel grabs me. It was so sexy. You did not know that Baddiel could be this sexy.
Nah, I had no idea.
He just goes, "Come with me." And he grabbed me and he pulls me up onto stage, and we cross the stage and go backstage. Now, there's a bit where there's a security guard, and the security guard is obviously, we see Jim Carrey, he's gone through backstage, and that's it. Game over. Until
This guy can tell a story.
I told you it was good. I don't understand how the story was going.
It's only fucking Jimmy Carr.
Oh,
Now,
Of course he's there.
of course he is.
he's always a fucking Just for Laughs with his dirty show and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Dirty
he's
show.
omniscient.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
just fucking. Jimmy Carr is everywhere.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Carr says the coolest thing. It is I've never been able to say it. I've never been able to say it. I am the person that is now. I've been promoted to being with someone that can say it, which is enough. And do you know what he says? It's all right. He's with me.
Oh, nice.
I'm with Jimmy.
There you
I'm
go.
with Jimmy. I'm with Jimmy. I'm with Jimmy. Jimmy's with me. We're going in.
Yeah.
Bang.
You go in.
takes-
You've never said it's okay, he's with me?
Huh?
I've said that.
Where?
Places.
What are you talking about?
Alright, he's with me. They didn't know who I was.
What are you talking? Just the local pub.
It's
You're
all right,
local.
Yeah, he's allowed in as well.
You're local. Whilst your mate's throwing up. All right.
It's okay, he's with me. I don't know who you are.
Can you both leave?
Regardless.
yeah, yeah.
If he's with you, can you take him outside, please?
This is actually a mark against you.
Yes. Then,
So-
and we're in. And Jimmy Carr takes us in, me and Badil. And Jimmy says, Jim, this is Sean. You're the reason he started comedy, so it's your fault. And there you go. And I spoke to Jim.
Wow.
And my phone. This is the ending, I suppose. It's not the best. Just to be underwhelmed. Be ready to be underwhelmed. There's no beginning. You know, I'm there. I'm very aware when I'm stood with him that everything that I have loved about being a comedian, every single thing that it's taken us, is because of how much he could entertain people and how much he entertained me, and that's in front of me. And my fucking phone was dead, and I couldn't get the selfie, and I was so starstruck that I just didn't think to say, Jimmy, David, you might taking a photo and just maybe WhatsApping it. It didn't even.
No, I know.
If it had occurred to me, I would have.
Yeah.
And I was too starstruck. I was too amazed.
But listen, that's okay. It's
so
all,
on my
it's all there.
desk, and this is true, is a framed piece of paper that just says "You met Jim Carrey."
Proof.
Wow.
Just that's it.
That's beautiful.
There you go.
It's better.
great.
I sometimes find I don't have a phone when I meet people that I'd love a picture with, and I go, "Oh, it was, the phone would have changed everything." You know, it's like when
Don't
someone
worry,
comes up
Chris.
to you.
This could be a memory. Let's just cherish this memory.
Oh, this has been recorded.
Yeah, just battering the cameras.
Yeah.
Right, we need to wrap up, okay? A few things to do before we go. First off, every week we have this ever-expanding playlist, right? Where every week we choose a song each that goes onto the playlist from the album we've covered, and we also choose a song based on the conversation we've had. Just another song that you love that maybe has come up over the episode or is
Rude Box,
tangentially
for instance.
Yes.
related, right? So I'm going to put on Adam's song because I just
Yeah.
I just found it
I was
so...
going to put Adam's song.
Well, okay, you can put on Adam's
No,
song.
no, it's fine.
Okay.
I was
saying,
going. I was going to put on that song.
You really? Yeah, we all were. Okay.
They kind of took the riff from the song "One" by Metallica, which is like do 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 do. It's like the
Oh,
same.
wow.
It's the same guitar notes. They kind of ripped it off, but that's just how art works, isn't it? You just steal things and then you do it wrong, and then you get your own art.
Lovely.
Lovely stuff. I'm going to stick on. What's my age again?
Yeah.
You know, nobody likes you when you're 23. It's interesting listening to that when you get older and going, 23's not that old. You can be a daft. You can be a daft when you're 23. You know.
Yes.
You're still allowed to be having sex with Weakest Link in the background, for sure.
If you're
Imagine coming just as Anne Widdecombe just does a thing on someone. I'm sorry, you work for the council. And yet, your knowledge wasn't particularly well counselled.
that was very good.
That was good. That was a good
I've
improv.
been working on Anne Widdecombe impression for quite some time.
Anne Robinson, not Anne Widdecombe.
Who's Anne Widdecombe?
Anne Widdecombe, she was an MP.
Yeah.
She gets me going.
You don't want to be doing that with Anne Widdecombe in the back.
Yeah. Romesh, no. Anne Widdecombe, yes.
So you're putting. And so, which song would you like to put on the playlist, Sean?
You just have to. I thought, maybe Mutt, because
You could put a Maccabee song on.
But this is the first choice.
Oh, no, you can't put Maccabees on. You could put Matt on.
but I'm gonna go with. So it's the 3 singles from the album. The
There you
3
go.
singles from the album.
picked
My
them for a
Age Again?
reason.
Adam's
Yeah.
song, all the smalls.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a nicer way of doing it.
Yep, perfect.
That's a nicer way of doing it.
And the second song I'm going to put on the song that made Mark Hoppus fall in love with punk rock. was a girl called a song called "Silly Girl" by the Descendants.
Right.
Oh yeah. You ever listen to Milo Goes to College by the Descendants? It is an
I listened to that song earlier, and actually, I very quickly can do this week's YouTube comment of the
on his YouTube comment of the week.
somebody on the.
You guys do too much research. You know it doesn't have to be this hard for you.
I know.
Yeah, well,
Well, no, I love it. Well done.
We're thinking
I'm a
about
fan.
reducing the work.
Reduce the work.
yeah.
This is insane. You put more effort into this than they do for like Panorama.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah.
So this was on the.
They put less work into that Russell Brand documentary than you guys do.
A lot of the work was already done for them, you know.
Yes,
what
that's true.
Yeah, he wasn't hiding.
I mean? So Alfred Packery said on the song "Silly Girl" by the Descendants said, "First time I met my silly girl, she was on acid, barefoot, spinning round in circles in a puddle in my front yard. She is now my silly wife."
Oh,
Isn't that nice?
I'd love to be someone's silly wife.
On acid in a puddle outside. Can be. So that's second song we're gonna put on. What second song are you gonna put on, Chris?
I'm going to stick on, in tribute to me and Sean's Twitter beef, I'm going to stick on Fat Lip by Sum 41. Doctor said my silly wife should have had an abortion.
Very good song.
And
Great song, Blink could never.
you have another.
It's got to be Rude Box. We actually have to.
I would like to see more Robbie on the playlist. It would be the, off the top of my head, 9th Robbie Williams song on the playlist.
It fucking would be as well.
Something like that, yeah, for
Rude
sure.
Box.
Okay, Rude Box by Robbie Williams. Thanks for destroying the playlist.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Every
love
time
it.
it comes
Thank
on, we go, fucking Sean.
Yeah, he actually listens to the playlist like a gimp.
What it's for, surely. Surely it's what it's for to listen to.
That's nice. I like that.
It's nice.
It's like a- it's
Thank you so much for coming on, Sean. I really appreciate
absolute
it.
pleasure.
Did you enjoy an album?
What? What?
Did you enjoy an album?
Did I enjoy an album?
This podcast is called Enjoy an Album.
Oh, fuck.
Don't know if you can see.
It's written in big letters there. Enjoy an album. And so we end by saying, did you enjoy an album?
Oh, and I just say yes.
Don't normally do it
Oh my
aggressively.
God. Was it so threatening?
Did you enjoy an album?
I did. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Yes, I fucking did.
Did you enjoy an album?
Yeah.
So, did you enjoy an album? Yeah.
Did you? Did you like that?
When they had that accident, you enjoyed it. Okay, interesting.
Oh my God.
Yes, I enjoyed it. What a wonderful trip through nostalgia. Young Liam,
Yeah.
loving it. Like, yeah, that was good. Good fun, and actually a stronger album than I remembered.
I wish I liked it when I was younger.
Yeah.
What's this bit of the show? What are you doing? It's over.
You don't even fucking know the name of the podcast. You're trying to tell us about the fucking.
This guy knows a thing or two about storytelling, right? When he knows a conclusion when he sees one.
It's
Come on.
like it's what was this? What
Yeah,
is
you're
this
right.
bit?
Just vaping out.
But you're now talking about what's just happened, but the listener heard. What?
Well, that's the 3 rules of storytelling, isn't it? You start by telling people what you're going to tell them, and then you tell them what you tell them, and then you tell them what you told them.
Right. Well,
I know a thing or two about
I've learned
fucking
something. Well
storytelling
done.
as well.
Don't teach your granny how to suck eggs.
No, I've learned.
Okay.
Okay.
My granny is fucking a sucking egg novice.
My granny's older than me, I'll tell you that much. Peace and love in the new millennium.
Thank you so much, dear listener. We'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.
Come see the live show at the Glee Club in Glasgow.